The phone's buzz cut through the dim office. Unknown caller. Jack answered. Jack. Adam's voice was frayed. Urgent. I'm calling in that favor. Now. Jack's spine straightened. Name it. They know who she is. I can't shield her from here. You have 4, maybe 5 hours. I need you to take my sister. Now. A ping lit up the second screen coordinates. Chloe Vance, 21. Hazel eyes. Red hair. A storm of trouble. Done. Jack was already moving, grabbing his go bag and slinging it over his shoulder. I've got her! She's a goddamn hurricane, Adam warned. Doesn't listen, stubborn. She's young and naive, so am I taking her or not? Jack's voice held a dry edge. You have my word. The line clicked dead. Jack stared at the blinking dot on the map, an abandoned quarry an hour and a half north. Time was a luxury he didn't have. 2 hours later, Jack's matte black Tacoma roared to a stop on a dirt track. He was joined by his brother, Daz. A drone feed showed the quarry glowing with lights from a makeshift rave, multiple heat signatures. She's in there, Jack muttered, eyeing the thermal bloom on the tablet. And we've got company on the ridge. Hostiles? Daz asked, racking his Glock. Spotters, Jack confirmed. In and out. You cause a distraction. I get the girl. The music was deafening. Chloe leaned against a truck, watching the bonfire. She was trying to lose herself in the music and cheap beer, drowning out the memory of her ex, Caden. Then he appeared. His hand clamped down on her, his voice a syrupy threat. Don't play coys. Claw. She shoved him. Get lost. A shadow detached from the tree line. A hand seized Caden's wrist, twisting until he crumpled to his knees. She said no. The man growled. He was tall, dark-haired, broad-shouldered, and terrifying. His eyes were flat and lethal. The stranger released Caden, who scrambled away. He turned to Chloe. Name's Jack. You're coming with me. Now? Like hell I am! She spat. Figured you'd say that. Jack flicked his fingers. Before she could scream, Daz was there. A syringe sinking into her neck. A cold fire flooded her veins. The world tilted. Jack caught her as she folded, lifting her effortlessly. Night. Night. Princess. The Tacoma was a blur of high-speed evasion. Gunfire had erupted as Jack extracted her, but Daz's driving was superior, and Jack's aim was true. They lost the pursuers. The estate was a fortress. Iron gates parted, revealing a sprawling cattle property that was a front for a high-tech bunker. Jack carried Chloe inside. She woke to soft cotton and a high ceiling. A stranger's room. A stranger's clothes. Panic flooded her. She scrambled for the door. Locked. Trapped. The lock clicked. The door swung inward, and Jack filled the frame. He was huge, his presence commanding. His dark eyes were cold. Where am I? She demanded, her voice shaking. My property, he said flatly. You're safe here. Safe? She shrieked. You drugged me. This is a cage. A cage beats a grave, he said, his voice dead calm. You want to leave? You lose. You want to fight me. You lose harder. Your choices. Chloe? She grabbed a lamp, ready to swing. He was faster, ripping it from her grip. He steered her backward until her knees hit the bed and guided her down. Sit. Now, his ground rules were simple. Obey, don't run, and respect him. Consequences would follow. She felt small and utterly outmatched. He was her warden. Chloe tried to escape. She found an iron and smashed it against the window. An alarm screamed through the house. Jack burst in, furious. He punished her with his belt. It was a sharp, stinging reminder of who was in charge. He then embedded a tracker, an RTL under the skin, behind her ear, tagged, caged. Just like a dog, days passed. The tense standoff continued, but a shift began. Leah, Daz's girlfriend, brought her clothes and a friendly face. She was a lifeline. He's not the monster he pretends to be, Leah assured her. And between us girls, a guy who's that intense is usually a volcano in the sack. Chloe laughed despite herself. The warmth of normalcy felt incredible. Later, in the kitchen, Chloe watched the man who had imprisoned her struggle to make coffee. Need a hand, big guy? She asked, a hint of playfulness in her voice. She taught her how to work the machine. Fan dangled. She called it, making him laugh, then a reprieve. Get your shoes on, princess, Jack said, his voice rough. We're going to town. In town, for the first time in days, Chloe felt alive. They bought a squeaky ball for his guard dog, Bosco. He almost smiled when she held a fat pug. Live a little, she teased. No one's going to kill me in Pet Barn. but when she suggested having a bank card sent to the house, Jack's mood soured. "Use your brain!" he snapped, the light in her eyes dimmed. Later, at the estate, Jack's cousin, a cocky man named Mike, showed up to demonstrate a new drone. He was all charm and smiles for Chloe. Jack watched him put his hands on her, watched Mike's flirtatious smile, and felt a possessive rage boil inside him. "Back inside, Chloe," Jack barked. "This isn't playtime." Hurt and humiliation flooded her face. She fled, escaping to her room. She was sick of being the helpless, stupid girl in his eyes. She was sick of him. Chloe offered to cook him dinner, wanting to prove she wasn't useless. He made a comment about not knowing she could cook, and she snapped. "I'm not a complete failure, you know." He later found her in the lounge. He brought her a peace offering of food. He sat down with her and promised to buy her the things a pescatarian could eat. The apology, though awkward, was sincere. It broke through her walls. Then, she fell asleep on the couch. He watched her for a long moment. Her head lolled, a satin strap slipping off her shoulder. He didn't wake her. Instead, he scooped her up. She was light in his arms, her warm breath ghosting across his neck. He carried her to bed and laid her down gently, tucking the covers around her. He stood there for a moment, looking down at the sleeping face of the woman who was turning his world upside down. The brutal truth was undeniable. His need to protect her had twisted into something deeper, something that burned in his blood. She was no longer just a job. She was a claim, and he was fast losing the fight to keep his hands off her.